What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute that I have uploaded, and I apologize for that. It's just a lot of things happened since the last episode. For example, your boy graduated, done with high school, class of 2024. That's what's up. Woo! And life happened, personal situations, work, and I just didn't have time to record. And plus, the people who I will record with, they got their own lives now. So, but don't worry, we're trying to figure out something so we can, try to get 2 or 3 people back together so we can restart. Oh, not restart, but like go ahead and come back on that train to get back on our, original program, broadcasting thing. But the title of the video is the Chick-fil-A incident. Okay, and I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm not calling anyone out. Okay, like if that person watches this video, I'm not calling you out. Okay, like I just want to, if you're watching this video, I just want to say I'm sorry for that. Okay, and you might, for those who don't know, and you're like, sorry for what? We get into that part. Slow your roll. But other news, on other news, let's see. I turned 19 just a few weeks ago. I turned 19, so we're getting into that legal age of 21. Just what, one more year around there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing really has changed. Just got a job now, 19 years old. Pretty much it. Still going to the gym, still working out, getting better, getting stronger. But now to the main topic, the Chick-fil-A incident. Oh, Christ. Okay. So it all started when me and a friend, we I called him up. I said, let's go meet up at the park. Let's play some ball. He's like, all right, bet. So we pulled up. We started playing, I guess you say catch. We started throwing the football around. Let's go. And around 8 o'clock, because it was starting to get dark, I said, hey, I'm pretty sure there's a person that you will want to see again. I'm pretty sure they're working today at Chick-fil-A. So, like, how about we go pull up? We go say hi. Nothing harmless. Just, a quick, hey, what's good? And then dip, all right? He said, all right, bet. He started questioning me, like, who is it? I was like, it's just someone we both know from middle school. He's like, do I know them? I was like, yes, bro, you do know them. He's like, all right, bet, let's go. So he went, and we pulled up. And the person that I took him to see was at the register. And we walked in, we were like, hey, what's up? She's like, oh, hey. She was happy to see us. And then he's like, who's that? I was like, you forgot who she is? He's like, I don't have a good memory. I was like, broski, it's our friend from middle school, remember from 6th period? He's like, oh, it's her. I'm like, yeah, it's her. He's like, oh, what's up, man? And, and they just started catching up a bit. And then she's like, okay. And then she went back to work. And here's the part where he's like, he looked over to me. He's like, he was confused. I was like, how do you still know her? Have you been keeping in touch? I was like, yeah. Because in middle school, me and her dated, but it really didn't work out. It was more like homies. So we decided to stay homies from 7th grade, middle school, all the way to 12th grade, high school. Still to this day, that's going on. And I said, yeah, we good homies, bro. You know, me and her been through a lot. And he's like, oh, I just thought, you know, since you guys are exes, you know, then y'all wouldn't, you know, keep in touch. Cause I'm just saying. I was like, nah, man, we cool like that. We cool like that. He's like, all right, all right. And then we got some drinks. We sat down, and then this is the part where it all starts going downhill. Me and him, we sit down. We start talking of. I don't even know how we got to this. I don't even know how we got this topic, but it was a topic about this generation and how couples this generation, like, it's pretty girls in this generation. How, okay, I'm not calling anyone out. Okay, once again, not calling anyone out, but how pretty girls this generation will be going for guys who treat them like straight family friendly channel, straight garbage. They be treating them like straight garbage.
Yo, this should be an Olympic sport, bro. Wow.
Like, for example, a girl will say, I want a guy who treats me right, a guy who give me love and affection, you know, be loyal to me, be honest to me, you know, and you know, that good treatment. But the moment a guy does show up that's actually willing to do that out of the kindness of his heart, the moment that guy does come around and he's like, hey, what about me? And they say no, and then they go complete the opposite way, and they get with that guy who doesn't even do what they want, but they still get in a relationship with them. And then once they break up, they want to come. They come over here saying, all guys are the same, all guys are disgusting, this and that. You know, potato. Same repetition of the same thing. You know, like, all guys are the same. They only have one thing in mind.
What?
You stole my candy bar!
No, I didn't.
Oh, so that's how it is, huh? Once a thief, always a thief!
You ate yours. This is mine.
You took my only food! Now I'm gonna starve!
But no, don't be saying all guys are the same. Like, you literally just rejected a guy who was willing to do what you wanted out of the kindness of his heart, but instead you rejected him and you went for a guy that wasn't even worth for a stack of pennies. And then you want to come back complaining, saying that all guys are the same. No, don't get it twisted. But I guess that's just how it is sometimes, isn't it? We don't know what's good for us until we lose it. But back to Chick-fil-A. We started talking about that, and he said, oh, well, you're just doing it wrong. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the kind of affection that you're giving is not the one that girls in this generation want. And guys, the kind of love and affection I give is kind of like that is that kind of country song kind of love and affection, you know? You know, like hold you by the fireplace, you know, by a fire pit. We just chilling, enjoying each other's company. You know, maybe drinking some coffee, you know, going out for some eats, just hanging out, making core memories, you know, just you and I, you know, just you and I. Ain't no one else but just you and me at this moment, you know, making, you know, just enjoying ourselves, vibing. And he said, yeah, that kind of love and affection you're trying to give nowadays will not cut it. It's not cut out for this generation. He's like, you have to try out manipulation. And he started saying how in high school he would use that manipulation and he would have girls, you know, wanting him left and right. Okay, I'm not trying to call him out, but bro looks like a gopher. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm just trying to be honest, but you kind of look like a gopher, an animated gopher. I'm sorry, man. And I'm like, and he started saying how they look at him and stuff. I'm like, they were probably looking at the guy behind you. I didn't say that out loud. Obviously, I'm not. You know, but you know, shout out for him for having high confidence. You know, shout out to him for having high confidence. And he started going off of how manipulation will cut it out in this generation. for relationships. And he even started saying how I should change my look. Because here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. Me, when I go out, I know right now I have way more hair than I should. But me, when I go out, I dress like a country boy, all right? When it's like special occasions, I got my cowboy hat, my boots, you know, like that one song. I got my boots, I got my hat. I'm bringing country back. I'm just...
I got my boots, I got my hat. I'm bringing country back.
yeah, excuse me for that. But I dress like a country boy, all right? He said, you gotta change your looks, man. Okay, because for a haircut, I get a mid-taper fade. He said, and then he asked me, in this generation, who do you see mostly in relationships nowadays? I'm like, eggers, curly heads, you know, those kind of guys. He's like, exactly. And how do you look? I was like, nothing like them. I'm my own person. And he said, that's a problem. Maybe change your look. Maybe change the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you dress. You know, change stuff about you. Maybe then girls, you know, will actually have interest in you. And I was like, no, that's just messed up, man. Like, that's just messed up. Like, how you gonna tell me to change? I'm like, since we were little, people have been telling us they should like you for who you are. So why should I change who I am? If they don't accept me for who I am, then the relationship will not work out because I'm gonna just be faking who I am. That's just not how it rolls. And our friend from the register, she came around. She said, "Hey, you know, like, what are you guys even talking about?" Because our discussion had turned into an argument, and then when she came up to us and asked that question, he whispered to me like, "Hey, check this out. I'm about to show you how to do the manipulation thing in person." And I was like, oh God, no, not on my friend. And as soon as he got up, he went up and she expected a handshake. She told me afterwards, she went in for a handshake. She was not expecting the hug. He gave her a hug, and then he asked her, like, are you single? And that's when I was like, oh, okay, I gotta stop this. Call me Stingley Jr. from the Houston Texans. I went in there for that, you know, interception. I went ahead. I said, yeah, she's already talking to someone, buddy. She's already talking to someone. I don't remember quite exactly what I said. And this girl, she said, why did you say that? You just made this so awkward. But no, I'm not talking to anyone or with anyone right now. And I gave her that look. And I guess when I try to give people like the look, like, hey, like, look out, like, hey, like, I'm trying to do something nice for you, I guess I just not that good at it yet. Cause she didn't pick up on it when I gave her that look, like, hey, I'm trying to help you out here, like, but yeah, she said, no, I'm not talking to anyone. I'm single right now. And he's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yeah, but she's not interested in you, buddy. And then I wasn't trying to. And then she went back to work, and he said, like, why did you say that, dude? I was like, dude, I'm not gonna let you use the manipulation method on my friend. Okay, she's a really close friend of mine. Why would I sit here and let you do that to one of my best friends? Makes no sense. I'm just looking out for her, dog. And he's like, okay. And then we went back to the argument. We started going back and forth. And apparently, my other friend that was working at outside in the drive-thru, giving people giving people their food, she came back inside with her trainee because he was training that day. And I didn't mean. This is the part where the incident comes in. I didn't mean to ignore her, but apparently I did. So there was a part in the argument where I zoned out. I don't know why. I guess it was because I was tired because I had gotten out the night shift. I get out at 6. I go in at 10 p.m. I get out at 6 a.m. And then I went to a party. I don't even remember what time I went, but I was some more energy. So So I was exhausted. So I just zoned out. I didn't mean to. It wasn't on purpose. But apparently she went by and she was waving at me. And when I zoned out, okay, I'm gonna come demonstrate how I was. I was just sitting like that, and I zoned out. My vision got fuzzy, and I was just in deep thought. And all I saw was, a blur of him waving to someone. I didn't know who he was waving at. And then I saw a blur walk by to the restroom, and then walk back. And that's when I snapped out of it, because he was talking to me. He's like, "Hey, do you know her?" I was like, "Who?" The girl who was just waving at us. I was like, "Who was waving at us?" He points to her, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my well, I was about to say friend, but I guess it's now ex-friend." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's my friend. I'm not gonna say her name. That's my friend." And he's like, "Oh well, she was waving at you and you didn't wave back." And I was like, "Wait, really?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh snap, bro, I zoned out." He's like, "Well, oh well." And then he said, "Is she single?" And that's when I was like, "Buddy, what?" He's like, "Yeah, she's single." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Because we better use the manipulation method on her." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. I brought you here to say hello, catch up with our old friend, not for you to come up in here and use your ways and mess up my friends." So I said, "Let's just go. Okay, I gotta be home and at this specific time. There's Walmart here. I gotta go do some shopping." So we went. He's like, "All right, bet." But before we walked out, he kind of tried. But I came back for him. I was like, "No, no, no, let's go. I gotta be home on time. Let's dip." He's like, "Okay, okay, fine." We went. We went at Walmart. I bought some Crayola markers. Not important to the story. We came back out before we left. We both came in separate cars. So before we left, we talked one last time. It was about the discussion we had at Chick-fil-A. He said, "Look, bro, I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but like, maybe there is someone out there for you that wants what you're trying to give, but maybe just consider of what I told you. Changing the way, changing how you is, how you talk, how you walk, and all that. And maybe try the manipulation thing, because maybe then it'll work out for you." And I was like, "Look, bro, respectfully, I don't think I'm gonna do that. All right, I was raised to be respectful to women, regardless of what happens. So I'm gonna stick to my ways, even if they are kind of like old fashioned. Even though they're kind of like old fashioned, I'm gonna stick to my own ways, cause it just ain't right to manipulate a woman. It's not right." And he's like, "All right, man, you do you," and we did. And this is the part where I forgot who I called. No, I got. I text. No, I think I got a call from my friend that works at the register, and she told me, "Hey, she's mad at you." The girl, my other friend that was working on the drive-through, she said, "Hey, she's mad at you." She said you ignored her. I was like, "When did I ignore her?" She said she was waving at you and you didn't even wave back. I was like, "Oh, that's when it clicked." I was like, "Oh, no, 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 that's not what happened. I didn't ignore her. I just zoned out. I didn't mean to do it on purpose. I didn't ignore her on purpose. I just zoned out." And when people zone out, you can't control it. Like, you just plain zone out. Okay, your mind's tired. You're trying to relax. And she's like, "Oh, well, she's mad at you and she thinks that you did it on purpose." I was like, "No, no, no, that's not what I did." And she's like, "Well, has she responded to your text messages?" Because I texted her trying to apologize. Like, "Hey, like they told me you tried to wave at me. You waved at me and I didn't notice. My bad." She didn't answer my message. I was like, "Yeah, I texted her, but she hasn't responded." And she's like, "She's mad at you then." And then I went on TikTok. Okay, me and that, I guess you could say ex-friend now. Me and that ex-friend, we had a 31-day streak on TikTok. She unfollowed me and she took me off. She unfriended me, and then she stopped following me. And I was like, and I told, because I was still on the phone with my friend, and I told her, I was like, "Bro, she just unfriended me from TikTok and she stopped following me." She's like, "Yeah, she's mad at you then." I was like, "Bro, like, it wasn't on purpose. I even texted her trying to make it right." He was like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, man." And then I was like, I'm gonna have to pull up and apologize in person, aren't I? She's like, probably. I was like, all right, I'm gonna text you later, and I'm gonna let you know what I'm gonna try to do, cause you know she's a good friend. I'm not trying to lose her. She's like, all right, I get that. So I hanged up, and this is where I called my other friend, Ale. Ale, you're watching this. What's good, G? We chilling, tight, tight, tight. And I called her and I told her what happened, and she said, Dios. She said, Dios. And I explained to her how it wasn't on purpose and all that. And she said, what are you gonna do? I was like, well, there's really nothing I can do. So I'm gonna probably pull up in person, bring them both some Starbucks as an apology for her, because they both love Starbucks. Like they need that energy when it's like a rush, which it's always packed in that Chick-fil-A. Every time I pull up, it's packed, and they're rushing, and they're short staffed too, so they need all the energy they can get. She said, okay, all right, take them to Starbucks, maybe that help. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So I get there, and I get to Starbucks a day after I called. So because I worked the day before, so I went the day after. So I went, and I got them both a pumpkin spice latte. Not important to the story, okay? It was cold. It was a cold one. I don't remember the name for it, but it was a cold one. And I bought them both one, and I went inside. Okay, I just gone out the gym, and I walked in. I was like, hey, what's good, y'all? My friend again was at the register. He's like, oh, hey. I was like, well, you know, like I told you, here's your 2 pumpkin spice lattes, you know, I know, as an apology. And she's like, she's like, okay, well, thanks. And my ex-friend that was working the window that day, she was once again training. She noticed me. I know she did. I'm 5'10". I'm hard to miss. But she noticed me, and she completely ignored me. She didn't want to look at me. She didn't want to see me, and it hurt. Okay, because you know, I'm here trying to correct my mistake, which was an accident that I didn't mean to do on purpose. I'm here to make it right. But she walked over, and I thought she would say hi or something. But she didn't want to look at me. She didn't want to talk to me. She turned back around. And she went back to the window. And my friend, she stopped her. She put her arm out. She stopped her right here. And she said her name. I'm not gonna say her name. She said, "Hey, stop being so petty." And I don't know what she whispered to my friend, but whatever she whispered, then my friend put her arm down. She went back to the window. My friend came back to the register. I'm like, she doesn't want to talk to me, does she? She's like, I don't think so. I'm like, I can tell. She doesn't want to even like look at me. So, well, I just wanted to come here and apologize, you know, face to face, you know, in person, because apologies are better like that, especially with someone that you actually truly care about. And she's like, I get that. I was like, okay, so look, clearly she doesn't want to see me right now. She doesn't want to look. She doesn't want to talk to me. I gotta respect her choice. So I'm gonna just leave these 2 coffees right here, okay? Doesn't matter, they're both the same. Just say take her choice, and that I apologize, okay? And that I came here trying to apologize to make my mistake right. So, you know, just please let her know. She's like, okay, I got you. So I walked out and I went home. And then I called my friend Ale again, and I told her what happened. I was like, hey, I went to go apologize, you know, about some coffee to make it right, you know, as a peace offering. And she said, and what happened? I was like, well, she didn't want to look at me. She didn't want to talk to me. She's like, you lost a friend, buddy. I was like, you're probably right. And it sucks because she's a good friend. She's like, well, that's life, you know. Yeah, you got to live and move on. I was like, you're right. And then I got a text from my ex-friend. She said, hey, I just want to let you know what you did was wrong. You embarrassed me. And especially, I'm going to be professional at work. Now, here's the thing I don't understand. I pulled up before when she's working, And even when she's training, she did not mind me pulling up. She never once called me out saying I gotta, never once she called me out saying that she's got that, never once she called me out saying that, when I'm at work, I gotta sit professional. Never. Never. Every time I pull up, she be goofy with me, but as soon as she turns back around, boom, professional. She turns on like a switch, on and off. Professional. And I'm like, all right, I guess. And she said, yeah, but what you did was wrong. You embarrassed me, especially since I was training. When I'm working, I'm gonna stay professional. But regardless, I'm gonna accept your apology. And that's it. So to this point, I'm like, so does that mean we're friends, or like we just accepting my apology and dipping? Like, I'm confused. And I told my friend Ale, she's like, nah, buddy, you pretty much lost a friend. I was like, dang, bro, like, devastating. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna call my other friend, and I'm gonna let her know, because they work at the same place. And I called her. I was like, hey, so she's like, so what happened? She's like, well, she texted me this, and she's like, oh. I was like, and then that's when I was like, okay, but like, can you help me clarify this? Because you do work with her, you go to school with her, and you guys are pretty much tight. So can you clarify this for me? And she's like, and I explained how I read the whole thing over again, and she's like, well, she accepted your apology, and that's it. I'm like, does that mean we're still friends, or like, boy? She's like, I guess. I was like, no, there's no I guess. Like, I'm trying to see if I got my friend back. I'm trying to make right for a mistake I made by accident. And ever since then, she never talked to me. My ex-friend never talked to me again. And I'm thinking about going back, but a part of me is saying, don't. Just cut your losses, man, and don't go back. You lost a friend. There's nothing I can do about it, and I'm probably gonna have to do that. I must have to stay away, and it hurts, It truly does hurt. I don't know if she's watching this, but if she is, I just want to say I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional for me to ignore you. It was completely by mistake. And if you're okay with it, I want to restore our friendship, because you're truly a good friend. Not gonna lie, for her birthday when she turned 18, I got her some concert tickets. She didn't go because she had to work. And not gonna lie, I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I kind of expected something in return for my birthday. But I didn't even get a text message with happy birthday or anything. Nothing. So that hurt more. Like, she didn't have to give me a gift. She didn't. She could have at least said happy birthday. But what can you do about it, right? There's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, that's a Chick-fil-A incident of 2024. Where I accidentally lost a friend due to me zoning out because of something I can't control, because I zoned out. That's apparently my fault. But yeah, so if she does end up watching this, I just want to say I hope you're doing okay. And yeah. But yeah, guys, that's today's episode. I'm glad I'm gonna try to come back at least like once a week, depending how I feel coming out of work, and if I'm not tired or feeling meh, you know what I mean? But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Yeah. And comment based on what you want to hear from next. Comment if you want me to bring back one of my friends. And one of the original 3. Sorry, I had to make sure one of the original 3 I can bring back. Ale, my friend that works at Chick-fil-A, the one that did the camera that never showed her face, but she was the one recording for me. That she's the one from Chick-fil-A, my friend, the one that was at the register every time I pulled up. And my other friend, which is getting an interview, the guy that sat next to me in 4th period. Yeah, the guy who sat next to me in 4th period. Comment down who you want me to bring back, or comment what topic you want, and I'll see what I can do. But I'm gonna go ahead and start editing this so it can be up by. I don't even have a watch. Why am I checking? Point is, I'm gonna try to have it uploaded by today or by tomorrow. Hopefully by today, because I don't go into work in like 10. So I should have enough time to edit for you guys. But once again, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good day. And like always, well, I don't even think I have a saying for goodbye. But I hope you guys have a good day. Adios. Oh.